Bukayo, man, thank you so much for joining me today. I think we should touch firstly on midweek. How are you feeling now about the game after a few days to digest it?
Yeah, I think it's important to stay calm, but obviously we know we have another level to go, and I think we're going to show it in Paris, and I'm confident we can turn it around.
Did you watch the game back? Are you the sort of player that goes back and watches the full 90?
Nah, not the full 90. I watch my clips, see what I can do better, see how I can affect the game more, but not the full 90.
What did you make of your clips when you watched them back? How did you think you played?
It was tough, man. It was tough to find spaces. They put a lot of bodies around me. They defended well, so yeah, I'm just looking
No
at
man, business that boy.
the second leg, man.
Giving no clues away now
No,
for the second leg, just in case
Can't.
PSG are watching this at home.
I can't, yeah.
Obviously, you've played against them once before. Do you think they've improved a lot first game to second game?
100%, man. 100%. It's like a different team. I know they only changed 2 players from the lineup they played against us previously, but you know how much cohesion they have, how they flow, how they move the ball. They were a lot better, so yeah, they impressed me a lot, to be fair.
Do you think they're the best team you've played so far this season?
I would say so, probably, yeah.
Yeah, what makes them so difficult to play against PSG? Because we've seen them come and get up against English opposition throughout the season and be able to beat them.
They have a good manager, they have top quality players, a lot of threat up at the top end of the pitch. And yeah, I think definitely in the midfield as well, they keep the ball really well. And yeah, they try and make you run, so I don't think anyone likes to run, if I'm honest.
Yeah, you have to do a lot of running going back defensively as
Yes.
well. How did you find the battle with Nuno Mendes? I know a lot of people at home were talking about you two going head to head all week. It was a big build-up. How did you find it?
No, it was a good battle. He's a top fullback and so quick as well, man. But yeah, it was a good battle. I always enjoy those battles, and yeah, I'm looking forward to going again next week.
Yeah, is any sort of part of the game you've identified when you go to the Parc de France, when you've sat in there as a team, you thought we can
I'm not
change
telling
this?
you, big man. I'm not telling you.
Don't give away any hints.
I'm telling you, no.
That's a
Right now we're
clean.
preparing for Bournemouth, and then, you know, after the Bournemouth game is done, and you know we want to win that game. After that's done, we'll focus fully on Paris and you know give our all to that.
What was the feeling in the dressing room after the game? Was Mikel loud? Was he calm? Were you as a team very calm? How did you feel?
No, we were calm. Obviously a bit frustrated and disappointed in ourselves, but like I said, the most important thing right now is to stay calm because yeah, it's far from over.
And what about you yourself? Are you the sort of player that's quite vocal in the change room? Are you quite quiet? Because I see you now almost as quite a leader in this group, despite the fact you're still very young.
I think it's different, you know, with me. I'm not the loudest person in terms of vocally. I'll speak when I feel I need to speak, when I feel something needs to be said, but apart from that, I'm more of a lead by example guy, and I speak more individually to players that I feel I need to, rather than in front of the whole group.
Did you manage to watch the other semi-final, Barca-Inter? What did you make of it?
Top game, man, top game. I enjoyed it, and a lot of quality on show. Yeah, semi-final of the Champions League, man, just top quality, so it was good football.
I've got to ask you about Lamine Yamal, man, because you play a similar sort of role to him, also a very young sort of star player.
Yeah.
What do you make of Lamine?
Yeah, he's top, man. Honestly, he's doing what he's doing at his age, you know. What can you say, man? He's unreal.
Real.
How hard is it to do that at 17 on a stage like that as well?
It's not
Champions
how
League
hard.
semi-final?
It's not normal.
No
No one does it. I don't think I've seen that level of 17-year-olds. So credit to him. Yeah, it was a good game, like I said.
Yeah, scary talent, scary talent. I wanted to touch on your season personally. How do you assess your season now that you're approaching the end of it?
I think you can't assess the season at the moment. I think until it's finished, and then we can assess it. Obviously, we're disappointed. The league has gone to Liverpool, and yeah, we know where we slipped up and stuff like this. But like I said, the season's not over. We have a massive game next week, opportunity to be in the Champions League final, and then things will look a lot different.
Is that what Arteta tells you week by week? It's sort of take it week by week, take it game by game. Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
No, that's just my own opinion on how
It's
I
just
see it.
common sense.
So you're not the type of player who's looking too far into the future, thinking about trophies and that right now, or is that something that's at the front of your mind, that Champions League final ahead of everything else?
No, I can't think about the Champions League final because we need to win the semi-final to get there. So yeah, like I said, right now the focus on Bournemouth, and then after that, full focus on Paris next week because you know we have a big job to turn it around.
Obviously, this is your first season where you've had an injury setback. How did you find coming back from that injury and having to watch from the sidelines?
I think it was tough, you know. I think initially when I found out the news that I was going to have surgery and stuff, you know, I'd never received that news before. So yeah, it was quite tough for me. But you know, after it was done and the surgery was successful, I was like just ready to put the work in. And I did everything I could to come back at the same level, if not better. I'm still trying to get there, but you know, I don't think I'm far off. And yeah, I'm feeling good, and I'm just happy to be back for the important stage of the season.
Do you think a little bit of time out of the game, a little bit of rest, maybe a good thing for some players, maybe yourself as well? Because obviously you play so many games every single season.
Yeah, but I've been asked this before, but it's not rest, you know.
Yeah.
If I was going to get 4 months of rest, I'd go on vacation, you know, holidays to the beach, eat what I want. But this one is not rest. I think it takes it takes a lot out of you mentally and physically every day to push, work hard in the gym to come back to your best level. But at the same time, after training, when it's done, you don't have any big pressure matches that you're preparing for and stuff like that. So it is a bit of a good break mentally for me, and I think it's definitely made me a better player and person.
And you're feeling now 100% back to yourself. You think potentially even feeling more strong physically?
I think, I don't know how say that, you know. I think I still need to play a few more games to get my sharpness back, but obviously, you know, the games came quite quickly in terms of the big games of magnitude on Durham and stuff like this, so I didn't really have a choice. It was like, there's no time to really ease yourself in. It's, you know, go in, give your best and see what you can produce.
You seemed to hit the ground running straight away. There wasn't any sort of time to come back. You felt like you were back to your best straight away. Did you feel that yourself?
I wouldn't say that. I think game by game I've been improving. And yeah, that would be my assessment of it.
I want to talk to you a little bit about the Real Madrid game as well. Obviously you scored at the Bernabeu, but I want to mention the celebration. Did you consciously do the Thierry one? Did you know? Was that a pre-planned thing?
Nah, I think I always kind of wanted to do it, you know, especially after I missed a penalty and stuff, you know, and I heard the noise and the players were around me and stuff like that, because I kind of believed I was going to score that game, you know. I just had a good feeling going into that game, so yeah, I was ready to do that.
Yeah, you're ready to do it. Because have you also taken the shrug from Thierry a bit as well, or the shrug on a free kick? Is that Bukayo's own?
No, that's my own.
That's your own?
That's my own, yeah.
So we're going to see the shrug more often than the silence?
Maybe.
What would come
I'm
out?
more instinctive, you know. I don't really like to pre-plan too much, you know. It's just more how I feel in the moment in the stadium, depending on the type of goal I score as well.
All right, fair enough, totally. Let's talk a little bit about the different sides to your game, because everybody speaks to you about your attacking abilities, but your defensive abilities as well, just so good.
Very important.
Where does that come from? Is that some of the time you spent at left back as well, do you think helps?
Yeah, probably, and also the coaching I received from the coaching staff and also the defenders behind me. Yeah, I think it's a mixture of it all, and also, you know, you have to want it. You have to want to win the ball back. You have to want to help your teammates, and at the end of the day, if it helps us win, you know, that's the most important thing.
I was watching some clips of Thierry Henry kind of assessing your game before this, and he was saying that he thinks that's one of the strongest parts of your game. Do you think that's what modern wingers have to do now? Can't get away with just sort of saying no to the defensive side of it?
No, I don't think you have to do it. I think it's a choice, but I think, you know, depending on the type of game you're playing, if your fullback needs help, then you go and help him. If he doesn't, then I would say you don't have to. It also makes you a bit more dangerous on the counter-attack, but you know, each game is different, so you prepare for it differently. That's what I would say.
Let's talk about the fullback outside of you quickly then. Jurriën Timber this season has just been a revelation. What's it like to play with him every week?
Yeah, he's unbelievable, and he's come back from an ACL and just been a machine throughout the whole season. Oh, he's joined us, man. But yeah, he's been top, and he's a pleasure to play with. His game understanding, he's a leader at the back as well. His coaching, yeah, he's top, and it gives me a lot of confidence having him behind me.
I had the pleasure of speaking to him last week, and he was talking really highly, particularly of Miles Lewis-Skelly on the other side, and the levels he's been able to reach. Obviously, we were speaking about Lamine earlier, but Miles himself, that power and pace, what a player, what a talent.
Yeah, Miles is another one, man. He's just, sometimes I look at him, you know, he's 18 years old and he's playing these type of games like he's been playing for years, you know, especially the 2 legs against Real Madrid, you know, how solid he was, how confident he was getting the ball in the midfield, driving through. Yeah, I'm so proud of him, and, you know, to see the steps that he's making it's scary, you know, how far he can go, I think.
How far do you think he can go?
I don't know.
The sky's the limit, bro.
I don't know. I don't think anyone knows. I think it's up to him. It's up to him.
Obviously, he's not the only young talent from Hale End. I want to speak to you about Ethan Nwaneri. I saw you doing some media with him earlier. Do you see yourself sort of alongside him, a bit of a big brother to him at times?
Yeah, a bit, man, a bit. Sometimes it makes me feel old, man, these guys, but nah, they're both doing exceptionally well. Ethan's another one, great talent, and you know, every opportunity he's had this season, I think he showed, you know, his qualities, his talent. He scored quite a few goals as well, so really impressive season from him, from Miles, and yeah, they're really giving us a boost this year.
What is it about the Hareland Academy here that makes it so special? Because it's like coming up with a conveyor belt at the moment.
It is, man. I think we just won it, man. We won it, and we love this club, and you know, especially when you have the talent that these two guys have and the dedication, you know, it's a good mix.
Yeah, I want to speak a little bit to you about some of the other talents in world football, because you yourself, I think, definitely in the category of being one of the best wingers in the world right now. Who do you look at around European football and think...
these things are just...
Who do you look at around European football and think, in that position similar to you, that, wow, they're really, really top-level talent? Obviously, Lamine we've spoken about, Mo maybe as well.
Yeah, there's quite a few top wingers, I'd say. And they're all different.
Yeah.
They're all different games. But yeah, I have respect for them all. That's all I can say, really.
Ousmane Dembele as well. I want to talk to him a little.
top.
Played against him recently. That level of talent, quite crazy.
Yeah, these guys are top players, man, and I don't have a bad word to say about them. A lot of respect for them, and yeah, when they're not playing against me, I enjoy watching them play.
Nice one.
Because I'm a guy who loves football.
Do you see yourself at that level? Like, where do you see yourself in the pecking order of sort of some of the world's best players right now?
I don't really like to
Humble
put myself in these conversations, you know.
Yeah.
Everyone has their own opinion, and you know, people put me up there, people put me down there. It's not really in my interest to argue with them. I just play my game, and I leave you guys to have your opinions. And
they will. People will.
Yeah,
Is that a goal of yours? Like, people talk about the Ballon d'Or, don't they? Is that a goal of yours to go out there and say, I want to win the Ballon d'Or?
Of course, yeah, it's a dream, and I think it's a dream for a lot of players. But yeah, like I said, the only thing you can focus on now is winning here. That's my main focus, and you know, everything else will come after that. But yeah, the main focus is winning here.
And I'll let you focus on PSG. Bukayo, love
Thank
that,
you,
man. Thanks
Cheers.
so much.
Thank you very much.